Yes, it is. Welcome to Tigs Tonight. Happy New Year, everybody. Look, this is our brand new series where you're just going to have me a lot of times. So I hope that you guys can handle that. We're going to break down trending topics in just 30 minutes. So hard stop at 30 minutes, and you guys that have been with me for a while know how I am with that. It's going to be a hard stop. Like, we are going to flat out stop in 30 minutes, and then whatever happens, we'll just come back tomorrow if we miss some stuff. So I do have some things that I want to talk about tonight for sure. So what this show's going to be, if you we're going to talk about stuff. We're going to talk about some of the hottest controversies, viral moments, have some good laughs. So, kind of our usual, but we're going to do it at more of a rapid fire pace. Okay. And so, like, for instance, here's what we've got on deck tonight. I'm going to talk about Chick-fil-A's new waffle fries. They're causing a stir out there right now. We'll get to them. WWE Raw is making its Netflix debut right now. Currently, that is going on. I was watching that before I came on, and I'm a little bit behind because I've been picking up some stuff for tonight to just keep on coming. So it's off to a glorious start. But y'all wait and go to that here in a little bit. We're going to talk about Joy Taylor. Those allegations are wild. We're going to talk about the Golden Globes moment with Nikki Glaser, Justin Trudeau's resignation, Aaron Rodgers, just all of this stuff. We're going to bring it all in 30 minutes and talk about everything super, super fast. You guys that are out there, I hope that I don't get too far ahead of y'all and I don't go too fast, but we're going to come back again tomorrow night at 8:30, then again Wednesday at 8:30. We intend to go live on Thursday, and we'll see. Blasey is in the chat tonight. So it's just going to be me tonight. I think Blasey, number one, just kind of a little housekeeping at the top of the show. We've been on a break, and I mean, we have all been on a break. We hadn't talked a lot to each other, just occasional text and things here and there. But I made the decision over the weekend, but I've been thinking about it. We need to be able, number one, we still need watch hours. So you guys hit that like button, hit the share button, share this with your friends, text it to people, everybody that you know. We need this to start spreading because that's what 2025 is going to be all about. In this 2-week break, I've done a lot of numbers, looked at analytics, all that stuff, and we're doing great, but we can do better. And one thing that I know that we can do better is to make more content, plain and simple. Frankly, it's easy for me to do it because I'm usually sitting right here in front of this monitor editing or video or something like that we have done the week before or trying to put some stuff together and all that. This is going to get content out a lot faster. We're going to talk about things that are, current and trending, which is something that we sometimes miss on our regular shows because in order for us to all three get in the same time, the same place, it's been pretty tough, and that's fine. We make it work to where we do our shows, but we miss some stuff. So I'm hoping that this kind of will help to bridge that gap a little bit. Blasey will be coming in from time to time whenever he can. I know that he can't wait to, so there's no doubt in my mind. I know JR will too. JR texted just before we went on. He's been busting butt all day, sent some pictures of some cabinets and stuff. He's busy. Dude is busy. He says he's whipped. I get it. So no big deal. Want to say hi to everybody before I jump into it. Paul is in the house. What's going on, brother Paul? Stacy G, what's up, Miss Stacy? The Fat Pig, what's going on, brother? What is going on, dude? Thomas Gilson. No, it's not Thomas. It's Brian. Sorry, Brian. We got to change your name somehow. It's hard for me to remember. Good to see you. Happy New Year to everybody. Blossy, the one-man posse in the house. This is going to be a fun night cooking with Johnny. What's going on, brother? Jan Laird Wilson Boots is in the house. What is up? So, yeah, let's dive into this right off the bat. And this kind of happened when I was putting some of the show notes together tonight. One of the first things that's trending out there right now is beginning to show up, and I'm sure that you guys are seeing it on your socials. Dana White has joined Meta's board just a few weeks here before Trump takes office, and that's very interesting. Is Dana's very much a loyal Trump supporter. Zuckerberg maybe not necessarily has been, and that's some interesting dynamics. Maybe it's going to be good, maybe it won't be. I have no idea what's going to happen. Time will definitely tell on that. Stacy, you don't have to worry. Like I said, this is a 30-minute show, period. If you can make it for 24 more minutes, then you're going to make it. If not, it's going to be here. You can watch it later. Nothing to worry about. I know this show's starting late. That's the only way that I'm going to be able to do this consistently, because this is kind of the end of the night. Everything settled down, so this is the time that we can get it knocked out. Our normal shows, whenever Blasey and JR can handle, and JR the handler, JR can handle us, whenever they join, it'll probably be at 7, like we normally do. But anyhow, Dana White, find that interesting. Probably have to dive a little bit more into that. That just popped up on the radar just a couple hours ago. So I found that pretty interesting. Here's one of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about that's been all in the headlines over the last day or so, and just a couple of hours before we went live here. My boy Jack Mack on Twitter broke this down better than anybody could. This whole Joy Taylor controversy, and of course the Fox Sports host, she's been named in a lawsuit filed by her former hairstylist, and all of that. I'm sure that y'all have seen some of this, but Jack's take on it, it's fantastic. Let's watch.
On Emmanuel Acho and Joy Taylor. It is alleged that Joy Taylor slept with Charlie Dixon while were married to separate people in order to help Joy Taylor get a prominent role as the host of a show with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Charlie Dixon makes all of the content decisions at FS1. And after hiring Skip Bayless in 2016 and wanting to launch the show Undisputed, he tapped on Joy Taylor, kind of an unknown individual within the media space. She was just a small-time Miami radio host and TV host, to be on the show with Skip and Shannon. Skip Bayless originally did not want Joy Taylor on the show as the host. He wanted somebody with more experience, but Charlie Dixon convinced him after explaining to him that he needed this favor. In the lawsuit, there is also an alleged dinner between Mr. Dixon and his wife and Joy Taylor and her husband, where Joy Taylor's husband realized that Charlie Dixon and Joy Taylor were sleeping together. He soon after divorced her. 4 years later, a very similar situation happened with Emmanuel Acho and Joy Taylor. In February 2020, Miss Taylor asked Miss Faraji to meet her for lunch in Beverly Hills. When Miss Faraji arrived, she found Miss Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Acho. A few months later, Miss Faraji realized that Mr. Acho worked at Fox Sports. A few months later, after meeting Mr. Acho at lunch, Miss Faraji actually noticed him in the hallway while at work. She then went up to Joy Taylor and said, "Did you know that he works here?" And she said, "Yeah." And she wants Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her for the show, Speak for Yourself, that Emmanuel was on. Now, this is where it gets crazy. Miss Faraji says, "Hey, you should not be doing that. I don't recommend you doing that. You already did it with Mr. Dixon. He's going to be mad." And then Miss Taylor said not to worry about it. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent. She was pretty much planning a Me Too. Even though it appears that it was a consensual relationship, maybe a quid pro quo, as they say. Since all of this came out, the internet has been digging up videos of Emmanuel Acho going over the top in his support for Joy Taylor.
In the sports industry, I do not know anyone that is more impressive in every way, shape, or form than the one and only Joy Taylor, ladies and gentlemen.
All shapes and sizes is crazy. He also tweeted, "Happy birthday to my brilliant co-host, my homie, and my friend Joy Taylor. It's a pleasure and honor to work with you daily." There are a lot more posts just like these, all going viral on Twitter. It appears Emmanuel Acho is deleting some of them currently. The internet never forgets, and it is ruthless. The memes are brutal right now. Joy Taylor ain't allowed to have guy friends at work while she climbs the company ladder. Either Emmanuel Acho or Joy Taylor have spoken about this yet, but they were on their individual shows today on FS1. This video would not be complete without mentioning what Jason Whitlock said today. He, of course, is a former FS1 employee and worked there while Joy was there.
I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, it's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack. Like, Jay,
So, yeah, crazy times.
Guys, would y'all, if y'all, I don't know if y'all are too familiar with that story. I'm sure that y'all have seen it. It's wild, man. It's just wild. Some of the other things that have come from it, so there's been some other funny, there's been some funny stuff that I found. I found this, I mean, take it for what it's, take it for what it's worth.
Guys working beautiful in terms of inside out.
Magic
smart.
Johnson.
You really, the point guard up here doing your thing.
Beyond.
But you've been doing it on all the shows.
Thank you.
That's what I like.
Thank you.
You know, even before this show, just watching you just grow. And so, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate
Because
that.
a lot of women of color are sitting in this seat because of you.
Thank you.
Don't forget that.
I don't. I take it very seriously. Before we
See, the three of
I
you
tell
guys
you what,
working,
that-
and Joy, you so beautiful.
That whole deal right there makes a lot more sense now than it did when that played. And that was only, I think it was December 19th, if I remember right, whenever that played. Hilarious. But I mean, I got to show you ABs. I mean, this was the favorite thing. This was my favorite thing that I've seen from the whole deal. It's the Chappelle skit.
Oh, okay. One time I had a three-way with these two guys in college, and my sorority sisters were like cheering me on. Yeah. That'll be it. That's it.
What about you, sir? Craziest thing ever did sexually? They'd probably be having sex with old gangbang here without a rubber. It's fucking done, man. The state is over.
Wait a minute.
Lord Almighty. Like, leave it to Chappelle. That's one of the, that was hilarious whenever I first saw that many, many years ago. Thanks, Stacy. Hopefully, that's going to be hard. That's something that I needed to know, how the audio will come through on some of this stuff. Can't really boost it that I know of, but so some of it's good. Some of it's not going to be so good. Don't have tons of audio stuff tonight, but holy cow. Yeah, I'm catching up here on the chat. Blossy peanut butter skin. I mean, number one, Jason Whitlock. I don't think that dude had a damn chance with her to begin with. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Who knows? But I don't believe that he did. So I find that funny for sure. Paul has seen that. Brian says a trophy rack. No, I don't have any deer in here. Yeah, for sure. She's definitely a pretty lady. No doubt about it. Don't know the truth of it. Again, these are allegations that are out there. So moving along, I had to talk about the NFC. Had to recap that real quick. I know that we have some Tampa Bay fans in the house, for sure. I'm a Who Dat. I'm a Saints. Took our licking. Worst season since 2005. Got beat yesterday. Very competitive yesterday with a pretty crappy team pushing Tampa Bay, who really needed to win that game to get into the playoffs, let alone just to be able to win the conference or win their division. Didn't play as well, but still proud of the Saints. But for yesterday, but not the season. We'll see what the hell happens with them. that no Pro Bowl player, unheard of in this time and age, that there isn't a Pro Bowl player on a team. At least somebody, whatever. A definite Pro Bowl player, though, Mike Evans, tied Jerry Rice's consecutive seasons with 1,000 yards. He needed 5 yards. Tampa Bay got the ball back, and instead of all they had to do was kneel on it. They did find a way to get him a little pass, and he got those 5 yards. And look, I'm not hating as a Saints fan, but if this was back in Jerry Rice's day, had someone known that all he needed was 5 yards and that was going to be that, that guy probably would have gone out on a stretcher. It wouldn't have happened. And they kind of, I don't know, I watched the replay. They were stopping him. They kind of let him have it. But for $3 million, and it doesn't matter, I guess I can get it. The game has changed. I kind of show my age a little bit sometimes with some of this stuff. I lied. I do have a couple more little videos. And I don't know if you guys saw, be interesting to know our crowd, our demographic here. I don't know if y'all saw the Golden Globes. I certainly did not. I've just seen tidbits from it over the last few hours. But last night I started seeing some stuff from Nikki Glaser. She hosted it. Nikki is freaking hilarious to begin with. I mean, she's a riot. She's just a total riot. And of course, I'm sure that a lot of you, if not all of you, have seen the Tom Brady roast on Netflix. And man, that thing was unbelievable. And she definitely stole the show that night. Some of the stuff in there, she had at least like a 10-minute monologue, if you will. And it was fantastic. Roasting people, just glorious. What you thought it would be. And she's just so smart. But she had a little interaction. Me being a huge Adam Sandler guy, I've got to play this. You probably have seen it. Maybe not. Maybe you haven't. And I'm hoping that some of this stuff, whenever we do these shows, will be things that maybe you haven't missed, or that maybe things that you have missed or haven't seen. So to be determined. I don't think the audio is super loud on this one, but we'll see. Let's hear it. So they're having a little exchange at some point.
Actually, your name sounds like something Adam Sandler would say. You know, Salome. I'm Timothy and Salome. Oh, yes, Timothy Salome. I think Sandler's here. Sandler, can I get a Salome? Hey, Salome. Oh, Salome. A good Salome to you, sir. A Salome to you. Actually, your name.
I mean, it's a little bit silly, but fun and was viral, running pretty dadgum good out there today. And it's classic Sandler. I'll tell you what, I cannot wait until Happy Gilmore 2 comes out. It's just going to be the best. They have so many people. I saw something today, too, of a former athlete. I can't remember who it is. I can't remember, but he had said something about wanting to be in that movie, and he missed it. Apparently, Adam Sandler called at like 4 a.m., missed the call. It was really him, and they wanted him to come and shoot. He wasn't able to do it, missed the call, but they're going to be doing reshoots and stuff. And I've seen some of the celebrities that are in it, all the original people for the most part, Chubbs, RIP, of course, but then a lot of the others will be are going to be in there, and then all the different celebrities. So I think it's going to be well done. They're doing reshoots. I think that movie's supposed to come out later this summer. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun, kind of tying that back into it. Paul says that he saw clips, but he doesn't watch Hollywood award shows. Nor do I, brother. I watched Detroit and Minnesota last night, and that game was pretty good for a while and then kind of got out of hand. Detroit took care of business there for sure. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about this, talking about football. Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, that little marriage just did not work out at all, and I don't think there's a better way to sum up what the heck happened with them than this play from yesterday. I mean, it sums up exactly what happened to them this season.
So much better under Weaver. And around Davante Adams looking to throw back to Rodgers. Razzle dazzle, but covered well by the Dolphins.
Oh. I mean, that totally sums up their season. What do you guys think about Aaron Rodgers? Do you think is this it? Is he done? Should he retire? I think he should retire. I mean, I think he's a mess. Honestly, I don't like to use the word, the word that I want to say, but I think he's one of those people on any zone. He's that guy. He's got to be that guy. He's the out. You need that in a quarterback. But man, he also just kind of seems like he's beyond arrogant, kind of a jackass, to be honest, is what it seems like. Seems like what he is. So I don't know. I think he should retire. he gave Adams the good news. Yes, that he did. Don't have a video for this one, but major deal that I saw while I was scrolling through some things last night. Kind of surprised me. Kind of surprised that I haven't had them. But Chick-fil-A apparently has changed their waffle fries. They've changed their recipe in their fries. And here is what a little article says. There's a big controversy apparently stemming across the country. So basically, the controversy stems from a recent recipe change. The company added pea starch to their fries to keep them crispier for longer, especially for delivery and takeout orders. However, many customers have taken to social media to complain that the new recipe makes the fries taste dry and grainy, with many saying they preferred the original version. So a little bit of backlash for Chick-fil-A. Now, I know that people praise them and they love wherever they're at politically. Some people hate them. Some people love them, whatever. One thing you can never argue is the efficiency of Chick-fil-A to get you through a drive-through, to get you out, service with a smile, a lot of good food. I love a lot of the stuff there, but I never go to Chick-fil-A for their fries. I don't like waffle fries to begin with. So I know that I haven't had them during this change. I have had Chick-fil-A nuggets. I love their mac and cheese. It's really good. I mean, that mac and cheese, you could buy enough of it. You could pass that off as homemade. I mean, that stuff's legit. But have y'all noticed a difference in the fries whenever you go? I think some people probably can, some people can't. I never thought waffle fries were crispy to begin with. They're always kind of soggy to me. So the fat pig, he says they still suck and they always have. I love it. Paul Rodgers, he had some Chick-fil-A, didn't notice. Blossy, he likes the new ones. He wasn't aware until now, but he had some the other day and talked about how much better the fries were than normal. All right. Okay, there you go. Yeah, there you go. It's the only fast food I have. Yeah, I mean, they're good. They're good folks. Okay, well, see, that's interesting. Interesting feedback. Apparently, rolling around, I haven't looked for videos or anything of anybody going crazy talking about this, but it was trending on Google. So, and there's several articles. One, I think the article that I read was in People magazine. So now y'all got to try them. That's what Stacey. Me too. Now I want to try the fries. Me too. And I don't even like the fries, but I have to see if they sucked the same way that they always have. Fat pig, he gets nuggets instead of fries, not cooked evenly sized. Exactly. It's hard. There you go. I'm 100% with you, brother. 100% with you. We're kind of running up against it. I'm going to save a couple of these things that I was going to talk about for tomorrow night because, hey, that's the luxury that we're going to have with this thing. But I did want to talk about two more things. One, today is one of my favorite days of the year. It's January the 6th, and it's not for that. It is not for that reason from a few years back. It's because today is King Cake Day, baby. King Cake season has begun. Today marks the day of Epiphany, also known as the 12th night or Three Kings Day. So it celebrates the arrival of the three wise men or kings that visited baby Jesus, signifying the end of the Christmas season. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with king cakes, but some of you may not. I know y'all are from all across the U.S. Not everybody I'm talking to in this room is from Louisiana. So if you're not familiar with what a king cake is, it's a ring-shaped, like a braided cake it's kind of like made of brioche-like dough. It's filled with cinnamon and cream cheese. You can fill it with all kinds of stuff. Strawberry. I've had some with chocolate. Lemon, whatever. You can fill it with it, but the standard version's typically filled with cream cheese. And then on the top, it has icing and it's all colored in purple and green and gold, which is the colors of Mardi Gras, symbolizing justice, faith, and power. And, of course, there's a little baby that's in the king cake that represents baby Jesus. It's usually hidden in the cake. If you cut the cake and you get the baby, guess what? You get to bring the next king cake. But it's also good luck. So today's King Cake Day. I've had a little bite of a king cake before the show, and I'm excited. Just going to have to spend extra time in the gym during king cake season. So it's always fun. It's always fun. Let me see the chat. See you, Brian. Stacy, this Jew doesn't know. Your words, not mine. And yeah, there you go. I love that. The last day of your Christmas lights. Brian, ours are still up. I was talking to the boys just a second before that, and I don't know if I want to take them down. I kind of like them, but we're going to have to. My sister, Mandy Salter Gibbs, the day of Epiphany for sure. It's a plastic baby. It's Stacy. It's a little bitty plastic baby. It's fun. And so there you go. I didn't know if you guys knew about that or not. So not everybody does. We can talk more about that. I can show you more. If you guys ever wanted to get an authentic one from Louisiana, New Orleans or something, I don't make anything off of it, but I do have some places that ship. And very, I don't know. I don't like to use the word, but I'm going to here. Moist. A very moist cake, almost like a cinnamon roll with a bunch of icing and yummy sugary cream cheese. Like that's what you do. You know, I mean, that's what it is. So it's fantastic. Fantastic. Blasey has converted his Christmas tree to a Mardi Gras tree already. Not far behind you. That is probably what we'll do since we kept our Mardi Gras tree up all year long. So the last thing I want to talk about, and we're going to get out of here, is probably the biggest thing that is going on right now, but I have a feeling I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow night once there are some results and some stuff. We're not going to always dive into WWE wrestling and all that, but man, tonight is the debut of WWE Raw on Netflix. Like I said at the top of the show, I started watching it, got to see the first, I don't know, probably 25, 30 minutes of it. And yes, this is going to be fun. The building of the stories, all of that. And by it being on Netflix, it's going to make it a lot more flexible for them to be able to tell these stories, potentially bring back some of those elements that were in the Attitude Era. If you liked watching back then with Stone Cold and The Rock and all those guys, coincidentally, no spoilers, but The Rock was there tonight. Everybody knew he was going to be there. There's just going to be a lot of big returns, exciting storylines. Tonight, CM Punk and Seth Rollins are going at it. That's going to be fun. John Cena is going to be in the house. Cody Rhodes, like I said, The Rock, and I've seen him and Cody Rhodes. Both were on there. So more to come from that, but huge deal. WWE now is all across the world. I believe I heard Pat McAfee say in over 80 countries. And So it's huge. It's the number one thing trending in the United States right now. So it's nuts. It's nuts. In fact, guess what I'm about to go do? Because we've hit that 30-minute mark. I'm going to go watch it is what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go finish it. But, guys, I hope y'all like this. This is just going to be something we're going to do every night, sit around and visit. Sometimes we'll have some folks in, may have a guest. Occasionally it may go longer than 30 minutes. You'll know. But this is going to be a lot of fun. Got a couple hundred people in the room tonight from wherever you're watching from on Facebook, X, or YouTube. Unbelievable. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. And we'll see y'all tomorrow night.
It's Tigs Tonight.